It is the last call for USI Baseball here at home in the 1995 season, and tonight they will call home Bosse Field as USI makes their first appearance here since 1988. Alongside Warren Disler, I'm Darren Smith. USI finishing off their home campaign here at Bosse Field with an NAIA power in Cumberland, Tennessee.
Well, it's been a while since we've seen the Eagles play, and it's nice to be back on the field with the Screaming Eagles, going up against Cumberland, a college or university now out of Tennessee, who is NAIA, as you said, but has a tremendous record and a real good program going. And don't overlook an NAIA school, because they could step up and bite USI tonight.
Yeah, definitely don't overlook this bunch. They're led by a couple here, although some have stayed home because they're getting ready for their big game tomorrow against Lambeth. They have a couple of impressive ones here, including one out of South Bend. He may be here later this summer playing for the Otters. Major Leagues are looking at this guy too. His name is John Keogh, the second baseman tonight.
Well, surprisingly, Cumberland University has sent several players to the professional ranks, and I think leads most of the NAIA schools in players that come out of their program and go right into the pros. And you talk about a successful season. They have won 17 of their last 19 ball games and have won 7 straight.
Cumberland's going to be tough, but this night belongs to USI. 6 seniors will exit and say their goodbyes. We're going to take a look at one of them on the hill tonight, Todd Niemeyer out of Mater Dei.
Yeah, Todd's going to get the starting nod tonight, and he and both Fetcher, the other great pitcher for USI, are both seniors. They'll both be bowing out tonight.
Well, they're going to see some action tonight as we say goodbye to USI Baseball in 1995. Tonight from Bosse Field at USI in Cumberland, Tennessee. We'll have more when we come back. Meeting ever between USI and Cumberland University of Tennessee. Again, alongside Warren Disler, I'm Darren Smith. Welcome to USI Baseball Friday night. And kind of funny saying that night because USI is playing their first game at home under the lights. Tonight they borrow Bosse Field. A nice crowd on hand for what is senior night as USI will go out in the season hopefully with 30 wins. But this is a tough Cumberland, Tennessee team who comes in here ranked number 18 in the NAIA and a very impressive 41-16 record. Warren?
And like we said in the pregame show, they are 17 of their last 19 games. They're on a 7-game winning streak. Their last loss was against Tennessee, which is a D1 school, of course. And it's a really great program.
Yeah, actually 5 of their 5 of their 16 losses are added to D1 schools. Woody Hunt is in his 17th year here and is very proud of this bunch and thinks they could do some damage coming up in the NAIA World Series. Todd Niemeyer, one of 6 seniors, exiting here tonight for the Eagles. Comes in tonight with a record of 5-2, 60 2/3 innings pitched. And in those 60 2/3 innings, he has allowed 62 hits. He has struck out 48 and walked only 19. Todd comes in with a 3.86 ERA. Derek Carlson, center fielder, leads things off tonight for Cumberland, Tennessee. Cumberland leaving some of their stars, if you will, at home. As I told you moments ago, they have a conference championship to be played tomorrow over in Lebanon, Tennessee against Lambeth, a team they beat earlier in the season 9-0 and 7-1. They're trying to win the Tennessee Collegiate Conference Championship tomorrow. So this one gets them prepared. They've done very well against D2 and D1 schools this year. NAIA Cumberland in here for 9 innings tonight.
Carlson, a left-handed hitter with a open stance. You see that lead foot on a 45-degree angle out towards the power alley. Don't see too many of the coaches teaching that anymore.
Derek Carlson out of Fort Myers, Florida, Estero High School. And the count even 2-2 from Nemo tonight. Darrell Adler, battery mate, another senior tonight. Jason Croc, senior over at first base. Corey Lamb at second. Strouser, the senior, at shortstop. Carpenter at third. Outfield Marks, Engelbrecht, and senior Ryan Seidel. So the seniors in. We should see Fetcher later on tonight. You'd think you would. If not, Fetcher will see some action in the McHenry game. That is USI's last game of the year. In between center and right, Seidel going over, Engelbrecht going over. There's Ryan, and we have the first away.
Well hit ball, but a little bit too high in the air, which allowed USI fielders to get underneath it.
So we'll bring up Jamie Lowry, tonight's first baseman, down the Cumberland, Tennessee 9. Jamie Lowry here second. John Keogh out of South Bend. He is the second baseman out of the 3-hole. Brent Simonian, the right fielder, bats cleanup. Kyle Shedron, left field, will bat next. And then Mervine, Hargis, Sestero, and Monin round out the 9.
Cumberland University in Lebanon, Tennessee, just about 15 miles due east of Nashville. Of course, the Cumberland area is more towards what would be considered eastern Kentucky or eastern Tennessee, but Lebanon right on the Cumberland River, which winds its way through downtown Nashville.
This is the last game for USI of the year. The McHenry game has been canceled, I've just been informed. So this is it, Warren. USI will try to go out with a 29-23 mark. They finished 10-8 in the GLVC. That was good enough for 5th this year. It was the first time since 1989 USI did not make the GLVC tournament. And it'll be the first time in quite a few years we did not make the postseason tournament.
Well, it's somewhat fitting that a couple of the seniors from the Evansville area played an awful lot of ball here at this stadium.
Yeah.
Have come back for their final game in college.
Not a bad move on Coach Gady's part, who spent many years here also. 2 balls, 2 strikes here. Second batter, Jamie Lowry. He'll go full here to Lowry. Hoosier native John Keogh, who I told you earlier may be playing for the Otters this summer, is on deck.
Well, Jim Miller in attendance. We'll maybe get a look at future player.
We'll do this one again, 3-2 to Jamie Lowry. Lowry out of Jasper, Tennessee, Marion County High School. They field about a good 7 or 8 out of the local Lebanon, Tennessee. Cumberland, Tennessee, 41-16. 3-2 pitch, and he got him. Strikeout number 49 of the year for Todd Niemeyer, and we have 2 away.
Well, Lebanon is part of the greater Nashville Metroplex. It's not really a small area because Nashville has grown out to the west and has engulfed Lebanon. Lebanon best known for, I guess, the home of Charlie Daniels.
Yeah.
Reba McEntire.
And you're probably leaving out a few there, War.
I'm sure.
Here's the Hoosier, John Keogh. Keogh out of South Bend. Went to Triton Junior College here before coming to Cumberland, Tennessee, and he backs this one up in Engelbrecht, who's familiar to being in the outfield here with Harrison and American Legion Baseball. Off the wall that time, and John Keogh, who's being looked at by pro scouts and may find himself here playing for the Otters later this summer.
Boy, he really racketed that ball. That hit the outfield fence. What is that, 408 feet right out there? And it didn't miss. Yeah. Did not miss the top of that fence by much. Fortunately, nice bounce. Coming back to Engelbrecht, holds Keogh to just a double.
Here's Brent Simeon. Shedron on deck, Mervine Hargis. Those coming up for Cumberland, Tennessee. Yeah, Warren, 17 of their last 19. And 5 of their 16 losses are to D1 schools. They have some common opponents, Cumberland and USI. Bellarmine, which Cumberland beat the Knights 10-4. We beat Cumberland 7-6, then lost 9-2. They have played Murray State. Cumberland lost 7-6. We lost 13-12 and 6-4. Cumberland beat Austin Peay 6-0, 5-2, but then lost 29-13. We lost to Austin Peay over there 7-2.
29-13.
29-13. That was the wildest of the game so far this year for the Bulldogs.
Was not a pitcher's duel.
No. Yeah, 29-13 at Austin Peay. That was the time the Governors beat Cumberland. They had beaten them 2 times previous, Cumberland over Austin Peay. 0-2. Trying to come back. Nice job. Second looking. Second strikeout tonight for Todd Niemeyer. Seniors say goodbye on this night, as we do to USI Baseball. A half inning in the book. We're scheduled to go 9. USI, Cumberland, Tennessee. College baseball from Bosse Field on TV 52. Welcome back to Bosse Field here on a Friday night for USI Baseball. The last time USI played here at Bosse Field, you have to go back to 1988. USI played the Aces back when they were still playing the Aces. The Eagles lost that night 3-0. The Eagles pitcher was Steve Spoyer. The Eagles lost that night to Andy Bennis. Cumberland here tonight to finish out the Eagles season. They will not play McKendree because McKendree's conference tournament got rained out last week, so this is it for USI Baseball. And they will bat this way tonight. The seniors in the lineup: Barry Strouser, the shortstop, to lead things off. Jason Engelbrecht bats second. Irons the DH. Jason Kroc, the senior, batting cleanup. Then the third baseman Carpenter batting fifth. Senior out of Jasper, Ryan Seidel follows. Sam Marks, Corey Lamb, senior Darrell Adler. The Eagles 9 tonight facing Chris Monon, 6-2 and 52 2/3 innings pitched. He has allowed 67 hits. He has struck out 35. He has walked 27. 5.49 the ERA tonight for Monon.
Oh, we got the lights on here at Bosse Field. Kind of a twilight doubleheader.
I tell you, a message to Mike Gaiety, and I don't know if it's in the school budget, but I would like to see 5 or 6 USI baseball games out here at Bosse Field, and taking nothing away from the great playing surface in the field out there they have at USI, because that is amongst the best in the Midwest, I think. Play some games out here. Nice crowd on hand Friday night. And yeah, I think the players would like that too.
Gives them an opportunity to play under the lights. You know, which would be nice for a lot of teams traveling in, because it gives them more time to travel in Evansville.
I don't know if that's financially possible, but boy, that would be nice. Of course, as Dan Edwards says out here all the time, the high school PA announcer.
Well, they won the national championship in Division II men's basketball. Maybe they might have made a few extra bucks off of that deal. In T-shirt sales alone would probably pay for the 5 games.
2-1. That is fouled off. You had the Screaming Eagles soda yet?
No, have you?
Yeah.
Were you impressed?
Now, what do you think I'm going to say?
Of course you were. Prospective sponsor.
Special blend Dr. Hoops. I'm still waiting for Screaming Eagles beer. 2-2 here to Strouser. Strouser comes in tonight as a 2-time All-GLVC performer. He is only 3 hits shy of becoming the second leading career hitter. And this is his last shot tonight. Out of Eastern High School in Bloomfield.
Got a full count.
3-2 here to Barry. Be nice to go out on a winning note here and against a very reputable Cumberland, Tennessee team. Down goes Strouser. Monon has the first. Strikeout number 36 on the year for him.
Strouser went after a high pitch. Looks like it kind of rose out of the strike zone.
Well, here's Jay Engelbrecht, and like I said, he knows Bosse Field. Former Harrison standout. His team beat Memorial here earlier tonight in a non-SIAC game. Jay Engelbrecht, we've got him this year and quite a few more. Center field, that is Derek Carlson. And we have 2 away. Defensively tonight for Cumberland, Monon on the hill. Billy Hargis' battery mate. Jamie Lowry over at first base. John Keogh, the would-be honor, down at second. Peter Sestero down at shortstop. Scott Hunter's not in the batting order, is down at third. Kyle Shedron, Derek Carlson, and Brent Simeon. That is left to right. So here's Kevin Irons. Irons chasing the first, but foul. Lowry taking a look. Roomy Bosse Field doesn't affect Cumberland as Monon sits the Eagles down in order. 1 quick inning in the book on this Friday night. Bosse Field and USI Baseball. Like the sound of that. It continues on this Friday night on TV 52. Again, one of 6 seniors exiting tonight. Mater Dei's own Todd Niebuyer, who has twice been named to the North Central Region team and 3 times to the All-GLVC team. He has a career record for innings pitched and will be attending medical school after receiving his degree in biology. So making Mater Dei High School proud and has done the Eagles very proud here in the past 4 years, Warren.
On to med school, huh?
Yep. So his future should be pretty much set. Here's Kyle Shedron. Nemo faces 4 batters back in the first inning. The double by Keogh. He struck out 2 looking. Carlson popped up. Irvine, Hargis, Sotero, Monon. All coming up here for Cumberland, Tennessee in the top half of the second inning.
Niemeyer working very quickly. Kind of getting himself into a rhythm.
Shedron, another Hoosier. He's out of Rossville. No, I don't know where Rossville is. 1-1 pitch on the inside.
Is that R-O-S-S or Roosevelt?
No, it's R-O-S-S. 1-0 One of 3 Hoosiers on the team. Another one hails from Kokomo, and Chris Slaughter, Western High School in Kokomo. I know where that is.
Well, you know, I have no idea where Rossville is. I think I've been there.
And you're the native Hoosier.
Yeah.
2-2 here to Shedron. Shedron comes in batting .323, at bat number 100 for him on the year.
My guess for Rossville is somewhere up in that triangle between Anderson, Marion, and Muncie.
But that's just a guess.
Yeah.
2-2 here to Shedron. Grounder pulling over. Barry Strouser, solid shortstop, one away.
Well, good defense so far, shown by USI. Add to that a couple of strikeouts by Niemeyer. Off to a great start.
That'll bring up Brian Mervine. He is a DH tonight for Scott Hunt, the third baseman. Mervine coming in tonight. Sophomore, nice-sized kid at 6'6". He is out of Ashland, Ohio. Former D1 player over at Akron. One the Ashland Eagles passed up, or maybe he passed them up. Played at Akron, now here with Cumberland out of Lebanon, Tennessee. Ashland has a small chance to go to the postseason tournament. St. Joe won that GLVC tourney.
Well, we saw them earlier in the season, and I can see why.
Although we managed to split with St. Joe.
Yeah.
St. Joe, as of today, 31-12 with 2 ties. And one of those losses was to USI. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Mervine. Got him. Strikeout number 3 tonight for Niemeyer.
Well, Niemeyer working extremely well, kicking the corners and positioning the ball high-low. Does not come to the same position on the plate twice in a row. Really has Cumberland perplexed.
All 3 of his strikeouts now looking. Here's Brian Hargis, tonight's catcher. Hargis out of Danville, Kentucky. Went to Boyle County High School. Not bad from Niemeyer here on the outset. 3 strikeouts through the opening 6 batters.
Not only is his position excellent, he's also he's got a great off-speed pitch working for him tonight.
Hargis is this team's number 2 catcher. He's batting .345 coming in.
Not a bad average for a number 2 catcher.
This is at bat number 59 for him. Most of those batting up around 150 plus. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and here's Craig Carpenter at third. Should sit him down, and Oder does so. Eagles make quick work of them in the top half of the second inning. We played 1 1/2, no score. USI Cumberland, Tennessee on TV 52. I'm Darren Smith alongside Warren Disser in our last call for USI Baseball. The Eagles try to go to 29-23 tonight after finishing 10-8 in the GLVC. Here in the bottom half of the second inning, Jason Kroc, Craig Carpenter, and Ryan Seidel, 2 seniors. And in between, Craig Carpenter. Sit him down in order last time. Monon struck out Strouser. Engelbrecht out to center field, and Irons fouled out on the first base side.
Well, I've got the meat of the Screaming Eagles lineup coming up here, the power, with Kroc and Carpenter.
Kroc these days batting .375. At bat number 177 here for Jason. 3-time NCAA Regional All-Tournament member and 3-time All-GLVC selection. Kroc will leave USI with his name in the books, my friends. He holds the career record for hits, doubles, and RBIs. He will receive his degree in business administration. Former Central product. Has done that school and USI proud. George and Bonnie here tonight. And here's another place where Jason has spent a lot of his youth, or at least his high school years. 0-2 here to Kroc.
Went after an off-speed pitch.
Monon impressive here on the outset. We'll do this one again. That is out of play. Really nice crowd here on hand. That's why I like the nighttime option here at Bosse Field. So we try it once this year, maybe a couple of times next year.
Croc a little off on his timing. See if he can't get around on it, square off.
0-2 here. Trying to get the inside corner that time. Monon 1-2 the count. Croc came into the season with a USI lifetime of .357. He batted .365 last year. His best at .397 his sophomore year at 93. He batted .309 in his first year. 1-2, now 2 apiece.
Well, you get up around 400 for a season in college. That's an accomplishment.
Talk about Otter's potentials, huh? I see Jason playing somewhere, if he so chooses. Struck him out. That is the second strikeout tonight for Monon. And we have one away here in the bottom half of the second. Here's Craig Carpenter. Carpenter at .292 this year. Up officially for the 145th time, Carpenter.
I think a lot of these players just need to see the pitcher one at bat when they come around in the lineup for their second at bat. Might see a big difference.
1-0 here to Carpenter. As I told you earlier in the year, out of Harvard Community College. Hit .409 last year, 2-time JUCO All-American. Went to Bel Air High School in Maryland. As far as I know, I've been following Eagles baseball since '86. It's the only player I remember out of Maryland. May be wrong, but I think it's the only one I remember out of Maryland.
Well, there's a lot of schools in that area that recruit. A lot of Division II, NAIA.
2-1 a bit high this time for Monon. He sits him down in order. It's at the first, 4 down in order. 3-1 here to Carpenter.
I don't know. You don't hear a lot about East Coast collegiate baseball. You know, when the Division I World Series rolls around, they're not represented overly well.
We were talking last night. You know, it's down south.
Yeah, it snows up in the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic states when baseball kicks off.
Well, you had many schools. There was one school in Connecticut who didn't play their first college baseball game until sometime in April.
Could you imagine?
It was early April.
Could you imagine going to University of Alaska on a baseball scholarship? First of all, you don't see light until April.
3 balls and 2 strikes here to Carpenter. And he walks him. So the first to get by Monon is Carpenter's on way of the walk for the 17th time this year. And the first aboard for the Eagles tonight.
Well, it's nice to have one aboard.
Great career at Jasper High School and not too shabby here at USI as well. Ryan Seidel exiting tonight, 1994 GLVC All-Tourney team and a 1995 All-GLVC member. Ken and Jane in attendance here tonight. Ryan Seidel out of Jasper.
Well, Monon's off to a great start as well. He's got the USI batters somewhat fooled.
Like you said, sometimes it just takes once to see the pitcher. That's fouled back, 0-2. Seidel comes in hitting .351.
Well, the other players come back into the dugout and talk to the other batters in the lineup that haven't been to the plate. And they'll pass on information like, well, he likes to come inside, and they'll come outside. And maybe some sort of a move or a motion that they have.
Watching Carpenter over at first, 5 of 7 in the stolen base department. That's down low. 1 ball and 2 strikes, so Monon wastes 1. Marks Lamb Adler round out the 9 tonight for USI. Not much of a breeze out there. A little bit warmer than it was last night out here.
We have our flags back. They've been missing for about a week.
That's Marvin Gray's department, and Marvin brought the flags tonight. He doesn't bring them when it rains. We had some mist last night, too.
Technically, you should not fly the flag in the rain. I'll tell that to the convenience store people.
Carpenter up by 4 over at first. 1-2 here to Ryan Seidel. Carpenter bluffing into center field.
Well hit.
Yeah, Carlson backs up, and so does Simeon. That's off the wall. Seidel on his way to third. That's a stand-up double. Should say Carpenter on his way to third. The stand-up double belongs to Seidel.
Second double of the game. First one was by Cumberland.
First one was by Keogh. First hit for Southern Indiana tonight, and 2 aboard now, and both in scoring position for Sam Marks.
Again, that one did not miss going out of the park by much. Say about another 5 to 8 feet, it would have cleared the fence.
Sam Marks coming in batting .288. Hit .286 last year with John A. Logan.
You see Schaus is heading to Logan.
Yeah, Chad Schaus is heading to John A. Logan. Marks a JUCO All-Star last year. Participated in the Region 24 All-Star game. .288 in his first year with USI. He will be a senior next year. 0-1.
Obviously, Evansville, a connection right into John Logan.
That and Wabash. Don't forget about Southeastern Illinois Junior College.
Wonder who started it off. Who was the first Evansville
respectable 2-year colleges in the area. Shedron in left field. This should be enough to get Carpenter. So Marks will pick up the RBI. Brother Tim's doing very well over in Calgary these days. Tim was batting .333 at the top of the week. Tim, who went to Mater Dei and UE. AAA Calgary. So Carpenter in and USI has first blood. 1-0 Southern Indiana. Mentioned this is the 14th meeting between the two schools. It's been all Cumberland over the years. Cumberland beat us bad last year, 10-0. And they lead this series 11-2. Chopper between a couple. Tougher than it looks. Sestero trying to get him in time, and a little damage done as the Eagles bring the first across. They'll leave one. And we have played 2 completed at Bosse Field on this Friday night. USI Baseball. Tonight, the Eagles in Cumberland, Tennessee on TV 52. So bad for the third inning alongside Warren Disler. I'm Darren Smith. USI Baseball for a Friday night from Bosse Field. Eagles draw first blood. They're up 1-0 on number 18 in NAIA, Cumberland. 1-0.
Let's hope that Niemeyer gets stronger as the game progresses.
Niemeyer not bad through the first 7 batters. He faced 4 back in the first inning, struck out 2 looking, sat him down in order back in the second. Striking out Mervine looking. Here's Sotero. And then Monon, the pitcher who bats. Then we'll go back on top to Derek Carlson. Since the doubles, retired the last 4 Niemeyer.
Nice article in this morning's Courier about Niemeyer and Fetcher.
Nice job by Gordo, USI's beat writer for the morning paper.
Both of them battling for, I guess, honors, career honors.
Nice quote by both, though. They wouldn't mind finishing with a tie. Miss on the outside. 2-1 here to Sestero. Yeah, because you look at Nemo and Fetch, and both have competed against each other on the west side.
No Mater Dei rights. Normally no love lost between those 2 schools. It's funny.
That's more of a friendly rivalry, though, than, let's say, Harrison Memorial. Don't you think?
Well, in baseball.
In baseball.
In football, I don't think that Mater Dei rights is friendly.
Count even 2-2.
Did Fetcher play football?
Yep.
Okay. You can say he should have. He's big enough.
2-2. Try to get him on the inside. Got him looking. That is the 4th looking tonight by Niemeyer. So all of his 4 Ks. And Niemeyer now up to 52 on the year. Looking. So down goes Sestero.
Right now, Niemeyer's striking out every other batter. That's the way it plots out.
Well, I had Monon batting here, and I was wrong. This is Scott Hunt, senior out of Lebanon. Like I said, 1 out of 7 or 8 from their local Lebanon. Hunt takes a look twice, 0-2.
Well, Niemeyer will probably throw this one way outside. See if he'll chase it. Went high.
Hunt coming in with only 10 at-bats. He's only batting 200. 2 for 10 coming in, and he goes down here batting out of the 9 hole. So Nemo strikes out 5 of the first 9. That one's swinging away. We go back on top to Carlson.
First back-to-back K.
Last 6 in a row retired by Niemeyer, and here is Derek Carlson. Down to Corey Lamb in order again, and quickly we move to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Eagles take a 1-0 lead right there on a Friday night from Bosse Field. USI with number 18 NAIA, Cumberland, Tennessee. Eagles baseball on a Friday night on TV 52. I'm Darren Smith with Warren Dissler back out at Bosse Field with USI Baseball. Darrell Adler then back on top. Strausser and Engelbrecht 9-1-2 here for USI. 1-0 here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning.
USI off to a really nice start defensively and able to score that first run.
Both of Darrell's parents here tonight, Ken and Jen. Here's Adler, the 4-year letter winner, who will be graduating with a degree in elementary ed. Another out of Mater Dei High School. And that went back to Redmond as well, not just with Gady, but Redmond did a good job of recruiting good athletes locally. And Gady has done the same thing.
Adler, an L.Ed major. You've heard of kindergarten cop. He's going to be kindergarten catcher.
That's one of your better ones, probably. It's not that good, but it was one of your better ones in the last 2 weeks.
Been saving up.
Through the 9 here for his time with USI.
Show up his first day with kindergarten.
Don't ruin it, Warren. It wasn't that funny.
With the mask and the shin guards.
Trying to get the inside corner. 1 ball to 1 strike. 2 strikeouts to the first 8 for Monin. Eagles up 1-0 on Cumberland. Into center field. That's a base hit for Darrell Adler. Well, he knows how to hit a couple here as well. His high school days took him here to Bosse Field a couple of times. Adler's on with a leadoff single.
Well hit shot. Right on the tip of the bat, or else he would have gotten maybe a little more distance. A little more distance might have been an out. So right over the second base bag, dropped in for a single.
Here is Barry Strausser. 3:14 coming in here for Strausser. His impressive career getting set to end here in a couple. Numbers on Strausser. Came into the season batting at .316. So he'll finish around there. .306 last year, .290 his sophomore season. His best, his freshman campaign hit .376.
Strausser struck out back in the first.
Yeah, that's 1 of 2 in the first 9 for Monin.
Well, we'll see if my theory holds true after seeing Monin 1 at bat. We were able to get to him in the bottom half of the order.
Monin out of Russell Springs, Kentucky. Walked him. Not as potent as he was on the outset. Peters off just a little here, first and second for the Eagles. That's the second walk here, given up by Chris. He walked Carpenter back an inning ago. Carpenter comes in to score on the sacrifice fly by Sam Mark. So first and second here with nobody out for USI.
What do you think in baseball? NAIA schools are maybe more competitive against D2 and maybe even D1?
I was talking to Woody Hunt, and he says there's a lot of good players that come out of NAIA. I wouldn't say necessarily there's more talent there, although you brought up at the top of the game where Cumberland, Tennessee has sent more people to the pro ranks, not necessarily major leaguers, but more people to the pro ranks than any other NAIA school. Sure, there's a couple of schools around Florida State, Miami.
Well, you stop and think about all the kids that played Little League and the available positions to play Major League Baseball. It's an honor just to be drafted into the professional ranks.
Trying to get Adler. Adler just got back in time. Peter Sotero covering down there. Jay Engelbrecht out to center field back in the first.
Get under that ball. If he'd hit the ball a little more square, that probably would have gone right into the power alley.
0-1, well on the outside. This is not the Monin we saw earlier.
I think he's getting a little wild.
Look at his numbers, a 5.49 ERA. Nothing overpowering. 52 innings, 35 strikeouts, walked 27. He's allowed 67 hits in the 52 innings pitched. 1 ball, 1 strike. Right back to Monin. Takes a look, nobody covering at first, everybody safe. And I'll tell you why Lowry committed himself.
Be interesting to see how that scored. Hit in there, or is it going to be E3?
I'll tell you what, that's...
Where was Lowry?
It looked like he had fallen. They give him a hit here.
Okay.
So Strouser down to second. Engelbrecht okay at first. 90 feet away is Adler. Nobody out. The bases loaded.
Great opportunity for USI.
Great opportunity here for Kevin Irons. First to Kevin. He'll take a little look. Yeah, it's been a little bit more wilder. He's all over the place here now. Irons comes in batting .357.
Infield played in normal depth.
1-0 here to Irons. Irons last year at .319, so his numbers step up from a season ago and add a couple of RBIs to his name.
There's an error.
2 will score, second and third. Eagles up 3-0.
Give Irons a hit, give him a single, and he advances to second on the air. And 1 RBI. Second one was on the air by the left fielder.
Adler in, Strouser in. Engelbrecht stops at third. And on the air, Irons down to second.
May see a pitching change here.
Well, they left their best pitchers at home. And that's what I was told before the game.
Because it's really a good move on their part. I mean, they're in a conference championship.
Yeah. And we'd do the same thing if the situation was reversed. We're going to possibly see a quick change here. Monin started out very well. Sat down the side in order back in the first. Actually sat down the first 4 before walking Carpenter. Seidel doubled. Marks in a sacrifice fly out to left. And then he got Lamb to ground out.
Well, they're going to say with Monin, looked like they were going to bring Sestero in. See on their pitching roster?
No. I think he was just over there talking to him. Here's Jason Kroc.
Hit scores 2 here. Wild pitch, they'll score.
Not getting any easier. A couple of errors have cost now 2 runs for the time being.
That's a pass ball. Pass ball, not a wild pitch.
It's 4-0 Southern Indiana. Also moving up is Irons to third. So 3 in, Strouser in, Engelbrecht in, and Adler in.
Cumberland making some costly errors.
Well, 2 of the 4 right now as a result. Still nobody out here in the Eagles' bottom half of the third. Cumberland tomorrow playing Lambeth for the Tennessee Collegiate Conference Championship. They will go to the NAIA postseason tournament again. They finished 3rd in 1993. That's 3rd in the nation. Last year, they were ranked as high as 4th, and they lost to Kennesaw State of Georgia. Why does that sound familiar? Right now, they're the #1 team in Division II.
Former commissioner of baseball was named Kennesaw.
Yeah, Kennesaw won the NAIA last year, and now they're in D2, trying to win the D2. And that'd be something now, in the last school that won the NAIA to come to Division II and win that as well. Latest poll has them as the team to beat.
A lot of schools hold dual membership. You see it a lot in basketball. I think that's kind of waned.
Kennesaw jumped, though. They jumped from NAIA to D2.
I think Oakland City at one time held dual membership, didn't they? NAIA and Division II. There's one in the power alley.
That's going to back up Carlson. That's going to score. Irons with ease. 5 in now for USI. Kroc takes a long look and a stand-up RBI double, and there's still nobody out. That is the second extra base hit off of Monin.
That looked like a tee shot. It looked like a big Bertha right off the tee. It was hit on like a rope.
Here's Craig Carpenter. He walked and scored. That was the first of now 5 up there for Southern Indiana. Hitting him quite well. This should be the first. Sestero goes over to Lowry. Down to third moves Kroc. First out here in the bottom half of the third.
Speaking of golf, I guess you and I both will be at the Easter Seals. What is this, a golf-a-thon?
Tea time golf tomorrow. It's an event. Putt and drive competition. And you and I will be out there
signing
tomorrow
autographs.
afternoon. Yeah, right.
Buck a shot. Do you have autograph pictures to send out to your
No,
friends?
I don't.
Well, you should.
Nothing in 1 here to Ryan Seidel. Marks would follow. Lamb and Adler may get that far with just 1 away. Adler began this inning with a single. He is 1 of 4 already in.
Last pitch over Seidel's head.
There is bullpen work as expected for Cumberland, Tennessee. That is foul. We'll come back and do it again.
Well, they've got Monin timed perfectly now.
You said it just took a time to see him. 1 and 2 now off of Monin. At this point, does not appear he'll be around much longer.
Well, he gets behind in the count. He has to serve the ball up, bringing it in, right to the chest, waist high, right across the fat part of the plate.
1-2, Chopper do it again. As I mentioned, GLVC news, St. Joe won the GLVC tourney. And the only one that possibly stands a chance to go is Ashland. Had a pretty good year.
They do that by region as well? They rank by region?
Yeah.
And what? Some regions may send more than 2 or 3?
Basically the same as basketball. Eagles hope to bow out tonight 29-23. Off to a good start, 5-0 over Cumberland, Tennessee. That one fouled back, so hanging with Monin as he tries to get the second out here in the third. Congratulations to Tom Rupert and the USI ladies softball team. They will be going to the postseason tournament, it would appear. Ranked number 20th in the latest poll. And Ray Simmons tells me they will probably head to Pennsylvania for the first round. Chopper down to third. Hunt just looks Kroc back to get the second out. Yeah. We have 2 away here in the bottom of 3. What a great year, though, for Rupert and the softball Eagles, though, huh? Defeating Bellarmine back on, this was back on Tuesday or Monday? Monday.
We were doing the Hillsdale game at the PAC the day that they opened their season. Can you believe that? It was the same day.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And I believe that USI men's baseball team opened that day as well. Am I correct?
No.
No?
They opened up late February against Quincy.
Well, they were playing that same day.
0-1. Looking at Sam Marks, who picked up Carpenter back in the second. 5-0 Southern Indiana. 4 hits on the board, 1 so far off of Nemo. 0-2 here to Sam. Seventh batter faced here by Monon in the third. Held off and 1-2 down low on the outside. This is it for USI Baseball in 95.
They don't play in any type of fall league?
They'll play some fall ball, some exhibition games and such. That wasn't long foul ball, and as you said, it's probably fitting for a lot of these seniors who played right here. at Bosse Field to end their collegiate career here as well. Even Seidel, who I'm sure has been to Bosse Field once or twice with Jasper. Matter of fact, the only one who probably didn't play here his high school career was Strouser. 1-2. And down to Sotero. Should be the last. Throw a bit off. Bubble by Lowry. Score another for Southern Indiana, and they're up 6-0 on Cumberland.
That was a close play. Let's see how they score it. Should be an error. But USI is the home team, and the score is provided by the home team. Call it a hit.
So the Eagles bat through here. I think I said 7 batters faced. It was 8 with Marks. This is the 9th face of the inning. Keep an eye on Marks over there at first base. Marks 4 of 6 stolen bases here in '95. Marks will return next year for his senior year after the last 2 seasons at John A. Logan. 1-0 here to Corey Lamb, the former right standout. And that one taken, I'd say into the gap, but it went past Hunt at third. Sotero couldn't get it. Shedrin pulled up from left field, and it's first and second. The last game Corey Lamb played here at Bosse Field was that game back in '91, I believe. When they lost to Jasper.
Yeah. Well, we're running out of room on my scorebook here as they bat around. I haven't quite figured out how to handle that. What do? Do I move into the 4th inning and...
You've done that before with high school. We've had an inning or 2 like that.
Oh, sure.
So we've seen the 9 here in Adler. We began it with a single.
But if I were an official scorer, where would I go here?
Score the next column. It's not rocket science. 5 in for the Eagles here in the bottom half of the 3rd, first and second. Adler coming in 117, trying to help that tonight. Strouser again is on deck. 1-1 here to Darrell.
Got a hit back in the 3rd inning, which we're still in.
I'm off on that Lamb thing. I said Lamb played his last game out here against Jasper. He was on that team with Fetcher and Maynard and a couple others, but he played another season. He's a year behind Mike. That was Mike Fetcher's last game here. He pitched in that close 1-0 decision to Jasper.
Fetcher have a shot at the pros?
Sure.
Any talk about who might be interested? Or?
Hey, he's been playing competitively. Oh, they got him. I'll finish that thought up in the top half of the 4th inning. Got him looking, and Adler goes down a first time tonight. Wasn't easy as 5 come across here. At the bottom half of the 3rd inning, Eagles up 6-0 on number 18 NAIA Cumberland. USI Baseball from Bosse Field continues on this Friday night on TV 52. You're looking at USI Baseball from Bosse Field on this Friday night as we begin play the top half of the 4th inning. Cumberland, Tennessee, and tonight behind 6-0 to Southern Indiana. Cumberland, who came in winning 17 of their last 19. In trouble tonight against Southern Indiana on the outset. Top of the 4th, Lowry, Keogh, and Simeon. That is 2-3-4 for the Bulldogs.
Lowry got a K back in the 1st. One of the 5 strikeout victims by Niemeyer. Niemeyer had a nice rest in the dugout. See how that affects him in this inning.
He's retired the last 7 since giving up the double to Keogh, who's on deck. And now 0-2 here to Lowry. Finishing that thought on Fetch, he played at Nevada, Missouri. The Griffins, that's a semi-pro league, all wooden bats. He and Jason Kroc did last summer. So you ask if he has a shot playing pro ball or being picked up somewhere professionally. Minor league somewhere. Yeah, definitely. Maybe he's an honors candidate. Who knows? I think he could be up to 25 to play for the honors if you can't catch on someplace else. It'd be a nice place for you to start out of college.
That's what it's set up. We were talking about Keogh here.
Struck him out. 6 strikeouts now for Niemeyer. And here's Keogh trying to get even with this kid who doubled on him back in the 1st. That's the only hit up on the board. Now the 3+ innings.
Well, Niemeyer with 3 straight strikeouts going back to the 3rd inning. Got Cestero, got Hunt. Just knocked down Lowry.
Has the first on Keogh. Niemeyer virtually flawless here. There's the only kid who's ruined it so far. These guys got some work to do, Cumberland. They're down 6-0.
That one just barely foul.
Yeah, this Keogh kid is out of South Bend, one of 3 Hoosiers on the team.
Obviously, he's one of the better players that they brought along.
I'm sure this kid wanted to see Bosse Field, if he had not seen it already. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Keogh. Simeon's on deck. That was a strikeout victim of Niemeyer back in the first, and pickup number 7 on the night for Nemo. Yeah. 2 away.
4 straight strikeouts.
That began with Cestero back in the 3rd. Got him looking. Scott Hunt swinging away as he had Lowry moments ago, and now Keogh. For the 7 backwards K's, and here is Simeon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Carlson snuck in there and grounded out. There's not 4 straight.
Yeah, you're right. I know what you did because I did the same thing.
Perplexed by these score sheets.
I didn't make the same mistake you did. You went to the bottom of the page.
That's why you hate to go to Little League games, because you're afraid the coaches go, will you score the game for us?
I've done Little League games, and they are fun to do, but it can be tough.
All clear.
Nobody's safe at baseball games.
No. Especially down the line.
I'll tell you what, the chance of your car being hit here and being hit at USI is night and day. No pun intended. Adler out to talk to Niemeyer.
Go out to USI, I always park all the way down there.
It's a nice battery combination to go out, huh? Played together in high school at Mater Dei, played together in college at USI.
How many pitches has Adler caught from Niemeyer in his career? I mean, it goes way, way back. Huh? May have even played in the same, West Side Consolidated Catholic school system.
Down low in the dirt, 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Simeon. 2-1 rather. 41-16, Cumberland, Tennessee, right now down 6-0 to USI.
I think the Niemeyers are St. Boniface. Well, they all would go to St. Boniface, wouldn't they? Because that's a junior high.
You know who would know that? My fiance. She's a Mater Dei girl.
Yeah.
3-1 to Simeon. Tried to get that corner, and he did. 3-2.
It's interesting how Memorial and Mater Dei split up their territories. Mater Dei basically has all of the west side and Posey County, and I believe they also claim Gibson County. Well hit.
That's trouble. Warning track up against the wall. Nice job by Mark. About 375. And Sam has done that here before. We go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. USI up 6-0 on Cumberland, Tennessee. We'll have more from Bosse Field after this timeout. Spence Chitwood on the hill for Cumberland. He comes in for Chris Monin. Numbers on Chitwood coming in. ERA is at 4.69. He is 2-1 on the year and 21 1/3 innings pitched. He has allowed 26 hits. While walking 8 this year, he has struck out 12. Spence Chitwood, the sophomore, in for Chris Monin, who was just batted around back in the 3rd inning as the Eagles threw up 10 and picked up 5 runs. They're up 6-0 here in the bottom half of the 4th inning.
Well, here's a trivia question for you. The name Chitwood is synonymous with a sport. Which one?
Cricket.
Joey Chitwood? You don't know the
no. I don't know.
Racing.
Racing's not a sport.
Well, then neither is thoroughbred.
Yes, it is. It's different. You got jockeys and everything else involved in it.
Don't need a roll bar on a horse.
Here's Strouser. I'm only kidding. Racing is a sport. Don't give me a call on Monday. Or tomorrow morning. Don't call me tomorrow morning, but I'm saying, yeah, auto racing is a sport. Tomorrow morning on Sports Talk, we're going to give away tickets to the Cardinals and the Cubs game on Monday and Tuesday.
Don't give them away. Let's use them.
We got to work.
We'll ditch the game.
That's why we're giving them away.
Is that how it works? You get first dibs, and anything you can't use, you give away.
Use that giveaway, right?
It comes across your desk. If you can't make it, you give it away.
My friend Mike Scavara.
Did you get a chance to meet Stan the Man? He was in town?
No, I didn't. No, we were out here last night. All we do is games. We really don't have a life.
I was here, wasn't I? I'd like to have a baseball signed by Musial.
2-1 here to Strouser. Nice third for Southern Indiana. Slow roller here to Hunt. That is not in time. That's over the head of Lowry. Strouser, a little stumble, but he'll get second okay. He'll take a look back. It's Strouser. Leads things off for Southern Indiana. Good news in the bottom half of the fourth inning.
Let's call it a hit and an error. Charge the error on the throw. Having problems with those throws over to first. Well, they're going to call it E5. Nope, single E5. That's the official.
Here's Jason Engelbrecht with the first aboard here in Strouser.
Why your average at home is always better, because you get the benefit of the doubt on those errors.
That one bunted foul. So yeah, your chance to win Cardinals and Cubs tickets for the Monday or Tuesday game next week. Yeah, in a couple of days. That
game is a good chance that the two people who go will be rooting for different teams.
Yeah. So you have a chance to see the Cubs and the Cardinals tomorrow morning on Sports Talk. We're live at 10. Derby Day edition of Sports Talk.
You know, it'd be a nice trip up to Chicago would be if the Yankees were playing the White Sox the same weekend that San Diego would be playing the Cubs.
Just getting those two at home in the same weekend, those tough. I think there's only a couple of weekends like that. 0-2 here to Engelbrecht. That's Strouser down at second.
And you can see Mattingly and Bennis both. Where's Bennis' brother now? Is he still
St. Louis on the DL? Allen? Matter of fact, I think he just went on the DL yesterday, 15-day DL. And the other Bennis with UE. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Engelbrecht.
Flied out back in the first to center field, got a hit back to the pitcher in the third. One of the many to get a hit back in the third.
Irons is on deck. You're joining us late on this Friday night. USI at Bosse Field for the first time since 1988 when they faced Andy Bennis and the Aces. 2-2.
I think they're going to get to Chitwood here pretty soon, too.
Well, their aces are resting for tomorrow in their conference championship game. I was told by Coach Hunt earlier tonight that we weren't going to see the best of Cumberland, Tennessee on this night. First and second for Southern Indiana. So after striking out 2 rather early in Monin, he had trouble, and now Chitwood on the outset. That's his first 2 aboard.
Well, Chitwood throws a sort of sidearm, and he just floats that ball right across the fat of the plate if he's not outside. They could take him long. We may see a homer.
Want to know here from Chitwood. You know what he looks like? Remember Quisenberry?
Dan Quisenberry? Yeah, but he said Quisenberry was more of a submarine pitcher.
Yeah. I didn't say exactly. Inside pitch is taken foul. They don't get much more inside than that. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Irons.
Well, I'm sure that, college pitchers now, if you trace back when they were in Little League, that'd be about the right time. Might have been affected by Quisenberry. I know when I was in Little League, I tried to emulate some of the guys that were in the pros.
1-1 here to Irons.
Unfortunately, I tried to emulate Joe Garagiola. Never really did much. Could have been Euchre.
1-2. Fouled that one back. Euchre made more money, much more money, after baseball than he made during.
It's because he's a character.
Graciola's the same thing. He's in the booth now, too.
Same way with Pearsall. Do you remember him when he was playing
I know
for,
Jimmy Pearsall, yeah.
When he was playing for the Red Sox? I remember I used to go out to Cape Cod during the summer. We always used to take in a weekend of games up in Boston. And that was right when Pearsall was up to his antics.
On the first base side, a little bobble there by Lowry. That was a tough one to get anyway. Chitwood covering over at first, down to second and third. Move the runners. Strauss are now 90 feet away, and Engelbrecht down at second.
I didn't see it, but several games prior to the game that I took in with Jimmy Pearsall, he hit a home run and went third to second to first to home. Nobody on board. Threw him out of the game.
Not a better place to watch a baseball game than Fenway.
No.
Here's Jason Kroc. Second and third here for the Eagles.
They're going to walk him.
They're going to walk him. They're going to try to turn the double play to get out of it. Kroc took him for a double back in the third. I don't blame him.
No, it's a smart move. You play the numbers.
So they'll face Carpenter. Carpenter's had close to 300 a year. Came into this game 292. They walked Carpenter. Carpenter grounded out back in the third, but this will be the first time Chitwood faces Carpenter. So the base is loaded here for Southern Indiana. The intentional walk here to Jason Kroc. A double play would get them out of it. Nothing in here in the fourth. 5 scored back an inning ago. Eagles up 6-0 in this bottom half of the fourth.
What do you think? Do you think that they should have the availability to just pass the batter right onto first base without having to pitch out 4 times? Just say, okay, walking.
Yeah, I've questioned that before. Of course, Little League does that. Babe Ruth does that.
Let's see if the percentages work for him.
That was the right thing to do.
Well, Carpenter grounded out to short back in the third.
5th batter here of the inning. Nice stuff that time. Best by Chitwood I've seen since coming in here in the fourth. 0-2 now to Carpenter. Seidel's on deck. Nice night for baseball. This is starting to feel more like May. They say the weekend's going to be good. Nice day tomorrow. Maybe some rain on Sunday. 0-2 on the inside.
Almost got hit by the pitch. You can see he was kind of leaning that way, hoping that maybe the ball would hit him.
One and 2 here to Carpenter. Well on the outside and a bit high. Carpenter 292 coming in. That includes 4 doubles, a triple, and a homer this year for Carpenter.
I'd like to see one go out of the park tonight.
Carpenter with 30 RBIs. We almost did earlier, and he got him.
About 2 down now.
First strikeout for Spence Chitwood after facing his first 5 batters. Here's Ryan Seidel. Seidel off of Monin. Grounded out, back in the third. Double for Seidel back in the second inning. Bases loaded here for Seidel. So a double, you figure, is going to score maybe 2 more. 1 run in the second, 5 in the third for USI. They're up 6-0. On Cumberland, out hitting right now the Bulldogs, 7-1. 3 errors also on the Cumberland side. Eagles lost to Cumberland last year 10-0 and trailed the series 11-2. Jerry Peckinpah calling the balls and strikes tonight. Mike Devine on the bases.
Chitwood with a really strange delivery. Watch, he'll hesitate with his left leg.
You don't like this kid, do you, Warren? No. Sharper down to third. Got to get something, but nothing's there to get. Hunt came in, and really there was nothing. Maybe you could have took a shot at home, but you could have thrown it away. Eagles get another and 7-0 Southern Indiana.
I thought he had plenty of time to go somewhere.
Well, he was looking. Obviously, nobody covering down at third.
Yep. Well, he was looking to go home first, and I think that's where he saw he didn't have much of a shot. And by the time he looked over to first, Seidel was already there.
Strauser in. Engelbrecht now down to third. Kroc down at second. Seidel okay at first. 0-1 here to Marks. Eagles trying to bat through again. Marks now the 7th batter here, faced by Chitwood in for Monin.
Marks got an infield hit at his last at bat.
0-1 here to Sam. Corey Lamb is on deck. Maybe we'll see Adler. But there's 2 down on Chitwood's side. He's been all over the plate here in the 4th. 1-1.
I know when I was playing, I always used to hate to stand in there against sidearm pitchers. You get the feeling when they release the ball that it's going to hit you every time.
1-2 here to Marks. Gives it a ride. Shedron in left field. Plenty of room for him. Eagles go down that way, but they pick up 1 more. Eagles lead 7-0 after 4 complete at Bosse Field on a Friday night. Our last call for USI Baseball on this Friday night on TV 52. Welcome back to Bosse Field here on a Friday night alongside Warren Disser. I'm Darren Smith, and what should be the last game for Southern Indiana. But there is also talk, I should probably bring this up. I told you they're not going to play McKendree, but they may play Umsel. That's Missouri St. Louis. And that may be in the works. But this is definitely the last home appearance for Southern Indiana. Seniors were introduced tonight. 6 will exit. We've been talking about them on this evening. And trying to send them out on a winning note. It is 7-0 right now, Southern Indiana. Out hitting the Cumberland Bulldogs 8-1. Shedron, Mervine, Hargis. And that is 5, 6, 7. In the Bulldog 9. 1-1 here.
Shedron grounded out to short. That is only time at bat back in the 2nd. USI, a lot of their batters have been up 3 times. Most of Cumberland is just coming up for their 2nd. It's reflected in the score.
Two balls and 1 strike here to Shedron. Nemo looking very impressive. 2-2. Reached for it. Foul, and will do it again. I am really impressed with the crowd out here tonight, Warren.
Well, final game of the season. No pickup trucks parked beyond the fence with the couches in the back.
You have to give up something, though, huh? Down goes Shedron. And that is strikeout number 8 tonight. For strike 1.
Pitchers warm up back there behind the fence or over there on the side?
Kind of like behind the wall there. I've only been back there twice.
They got batting cages back there on either side. Well, the Otters are going to be opening up their gift store pretty soon. They're already starting to see some of the Evan the Otter baseball caps floating around.
Those are nice. Reasonably priced. One and two here to Jason Weiler. I think we've been calling this kid Mervine. Isn't it good that they're not picking this up in Lebanon, Tennessee tonight? Jason Weiler, the DH.
That looked like Brian Mervine to me.
Yeah. 1-2 upstairs. Seidel in right field. 2 away.
Got under that one like a 9-iron shot.
And that'll bring up Billy Hargis.
Next up, the Bulldogs, the catcher, number 24, Billy Hargis.
Your number 2 catcher tonight for the Cumberland University Bulldogs. Hargis again out of Danville, Kentucky. Taking a look at where this team recruits from all over. Quite a few out of Kentucky. I mentioned the 3 Hoosiers on the team. Many out of Tennessee. A couple out of Florida. Weiler's out of Humboldt, Kansas. I believe Humboldt State is the #1 team in girls softball these days. That's supposedly the team to beat heading into the tournament next week. And again, I want to wish the best of luck to Tom Rupert and the gals.
There is a place called Humboldt.
Humboldt State.
Used to be an exchange, a telephone exchange in Indianapolis. I grew up by the Humboldt exchange. No, I was Atwater, but there was a Humboldt.
Not the same one.
I think it was named after the city in Kansas. It has nothing to do with baseball, but I wish they'd go back to that. Numbers are just so impersonal. Are you old enough to remember exchanges? You know, with the letters instead of the numbers?
I'm a very young pup. Turn 21 next week.
I have no idea what the exchanges were down in Evansville. Indianapolis, they had Atwater, Humboldt, Clifford, which was CL, State, which was ST.
2-2 here to Hargis. First 2 on Niemeyer's side. Strikes out Shedron. That is strikeout number 8. Weilert goes down, and now 2-2 here to Hargis. Top half of the 5th, and the Eagles up 7-0. This should do it. Corey Lamb has fielded many there during his years with Steve Johnston and the Wrights Panthers. 4.5 in the book. Eagles take it 7-0 to the bottom half of the 5th. We go there next on TV 52. Nice crowd on hand tonight at Bosse Field as we watch it back on this late night Friday. USI and Cumberland. And our last call for Southern Indiana baseball here in 1995. We're up 7-0 in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Corey Lamb, Darrell Adler, and then back on top to Barry Strausser.
The last game of the season like this, or last home game, seems like they may play one more. A lot of players going for season averages and career goals and things like that. And I understand that the crowd was fairly upset about Jason Kroc being walked because he was just 1 hit away from, what, 200?
Well, that can happen still. Jason Kroc is trying to become the first player in USI baseball history to have 200 hits in 200 RBIs. So, stay tuned for that. Kroc will be coming up, I would say, well, the way it's been going, maybe this inning. New pitcher on the hill for Cumberland, that is Jason Wheely. It's the 3rd use tonight by Coach Hunt. And lasted the longest in Chitwood, just an inning. So this is Wheely. See if we can get some numbers here on Wheely. And you know what? He's not listed. Matter of fact, this may be his first work. Because there's nothing at all here, and I'm looking at their entire pitching roster here, and there's nothing on Wheeling.
Yeah, he was hitchhiking on the Pennyrile, and they picked him up, gave him a uniform, said, hey, you're going to pitch for us today. Ooh, Lamb took one off the inside of his ankle.
I would usually say certainly this is not the first appearance of the year for Wheely, but I don't see him listed here. They've got him listed in the batting stats with no appearances and no innings. And maybe this is it, because I told you a lot of their team is at home preparing for the conference championship tomorrow, or resting for the conference championship tomorrow. So maybe it is the first for Wheeling.
Is he just a freshman?
Sophomore out of Lafayette, Tennessee. He walks Corey Lamb. Like I said, the way things are going, maybe we'll see Croc here anyway. First aboard here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Eagles up 7-0 on Cumberland, Tennessee, and here's Darrell Adler.
Adler got a hit to center field and a strikeout, both back in the 3rd inning. His 2 at-bats all came in 1 inning.
Corey Lamb, 3 of 6 with stolen bases. One down around the feet on the inside for ball 1. We'll watch Lamb for you. Through the Eagles 9 now, 3 times here with Adler. Go back on top to Strouser momentarily. Be joining us late on this Friday night, 7-0 USI over Cumberland. In stress, Cumberland, Tennessee. I thought it was Cumberland, Kentucky as well. There's a couple. I've seen both play football against the Aces.
That's Cumberland College.
Yeah. Cumberland College and Cumberland University. This is Cumberland University. Yeah.
You know the difference between a college and a university?
I have a feeling you're going to tell me.
College only has 1 school, whether it be liberal arts. Then the university has several colleges.
Have I called you the Cliff Clavin of the broadcast booth yet? 1 ball and 1 strike here to Adler. Chopper foul will come again to Darrell.
Although you can major within different subjects within a college, such as history or English or whatever. It's all part of the liberal arts. I think Boston College is actually a university, but they've decided not to change their name.
Oh, there's a Boston University.
Yeah. So they could. That's probably the reason that they didn't.
1-2 here to Darrell Adler. But a 4-step lead for Corey. They'll look him back. Adler, one of 12 kids out of Evansville this year for the Eagles. 1-2. Just down low on the inside. So far, I'm not impressed with Jason Wheeling.
Obviously, this is just kind of a throwaway game for them.
Well, their most important, again, is tomorrow in their conference championship. Here's a team that's going to go to the NAIA postseason tournament again. As I mentioned last year, they were knocked out by the eventual champion Kennesaw State of Georgia. Ranked as high as 4th a season ago, ranked 3rd in the nation, actually finished 3rd in the nation a couple of years ago, but he came back and got Darrell. So there's the first out here in the 5th. Darrell gone a second time tonight on the K. Here's Barry Strouser, struck him out, and that was Monon back in the 1st. He walked and scored in the 3rd, singled and scored in the 4th.
Worried about Lamb. I would think with a 7-run lead, they probably wouldn't send it.
Engelbrecht on deck. Swing and a miss for strike 1. We may see some more off the Eagle bench tonight, too, as this gets a little bit later. Some of those players that have not played at Bosse Field before. Nothing in 1 here to Barry Strouser. Gets away from Hargis behind the plate. So an easy pass down to second for Corey Lamb. Takes a turn. And another one in scoring position for the Eagles.
And it breaks up the double play potential.
USI last year finished 36-19. That was the first year for Mike, in his 2nd year now. And like I said, lost to a different look Cumberland team a year ago, 10-0. Hargis is down in the dugout for whatever reason. I don't know if he took a shot, or he's adjusting a piece of equipment. That's probably my guess, adjusting a piece of equipment.
Might be sending out for pizza, too.
I know of a good place here in town to get pizza. One ball and one strike when we resume. Mention our next televised game will be on Monday night. 4 high school baseball games next week. This is our big week from Bosse Field next week.
Yeah, the other day I took my first walk up the runway through the dugouts.
Did you never done that before?
Never done that here.
See, it's the first time for everything. Next Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. High school baseball, North and Mater Dei on Monday. Central and Memorial on Tuesday.
I've been exploring this place. I went down through the little garage door over there at the end of the left field stands. Wanted to see what was back there.
Yeah, because this is your first time in the ballpark. It was, a couple of weeks ago. Your first time in here in a while, you were telling me.
Well, I used to come out to triplet games. And have been out here to
like I said, a while.
Games, but I never really got to wander around.
1 ball and 2 strikes here to Barry Strausser. That is Corey Lamb down at second. 1-2. Got him to pop up. We'll stay here in the infield. John Keogh, 2 away.
Well, that ball was hit a ton in the air. Went about 90 feet, but probably went about 150 feet straight up.
There's Jay Engelbrecht.
Next up for USI, the center fielder, number 5, Jason Engelbrecht.
He walked back in the 4th, got a hit in the 3rd, and flied out back in the 1st.
Like I said, Jay had many good years here with Harrison, here at Bosse Field. Redshirted last year. I was glad to see Jay stay in town and play for the Eagles. Off the state championship team in '92, Newburgh-Kapperman, American Legion, Joe Liss. One and one here to Jay. You and I were talking about high school, and this upcoming summer's American Legion baseball is going to be wide open. I think there's a lot of balance there this year, Warren. Down to Keogh. A little bobble there. Keogh recovers in time. So nothing across the plate this time for Southern Indiana. They'll leave Corey Lamb down at second base. We have played 5 complete. Eagles up 7-0 on Cumberland, Tennessee. This is USI Baseball Friday night on TV 52. Top half of the 6th inning. I'm Darren Smith, Warren Disler, USI Baseball from Bosse Field on this Friday night. If you're joining us late, 7-0 Southern Indiana trying to go out this season on a winning note. Tonight's opponent, number 18, NAIA, Cumberland, Tennessee. He stepped in 41 and 16. And they won 17 of their last 19 games. They swept Belmont yesterday, outscoring them in a 2-day, 3-game series, 32-12. So this team can play ball.
Sestero back at the plate just for his 2nd at-bat in the 6th inning. Shows you what Niemeyer's doing. He's got a 1-hitter going and a shutout. Sestero struck out back in the 3rd.
You wonder if Mike will stay with Nemo here. You think we'll see Fetcher? I'd like to see Mike out here one more time at Bosse Field. I'm a big Fetcher fan, though.
I think they'll let Fetcher close, don't you?
Be nice to see. 0-2.
Boy, it'd be a tough decision if Niemeyer had a no-hitter going, though, wouldn't it?
I think he'd keep him in.
Yeah.
He may still. It's nice to see Todd out here pitching at Bosse Field again. He has done outstanding tonight. 8 strikeouts in the first 5 innings. And he's chasing Sotero here. Hunt is on deck. It's 1-2.
I haven't been counting the pitches, but I bet he's only thrown 1/3 of the pitches versus Cumberland.
Cumberland shoots 3 pitches, and down goes Sotero. Second time looking.
He should only get 2 at-bats in this game.
Next up for the Bulldogs, the third baseman, number 9.
9th strikeout by Niemeyer, and here is Scott Hunt. Hunting, the 5'10" senior out of Lebanon, Tennessee. This will just be the 11th at-bat for him this year. Getting Sotero twice. He was only batting around 200 as well. Limited at-bats. Nothing in 2 here to Hunt.
You know, it could work out that Cumberland will only get 4 players that will have 3 at-bats in this game.
Waste one high on the outside, away from Niemeyer.
Second at bat for Hunt.
Going through the 9 twice now. Strouser at short, 2 away.
Brings up your leadoff hitter, Derek Carlson. Flied out to left in the first, grounded out to second, back in the third.
Carlson came in batting .240. This is just at bat number 53 for him. So basically through the 9 tonight for Cumberland, we're seeing those who have been backing up the starters who are home tonight resting for their conference championship tomorrow. They have some impressive numbers, though. Niemeyer's had no problem with them at all, though, tonight. Just 1 hit on the board. That was a double by John Keogh. And he is a solid starter for Coach Hunt this year. Hunt in his 17th year. He was here when Cumberland, Tennessee was a 2-year college. That was 14 years ago. He has been here the last 17 years as the head coach.
Must like his job.
He's had a lot of success here, Warren. Struck him out. Sits down the side in order. 2 more Ks for Nemo. There's 10 of the night through 6 innings. We go to the bottom of on a Friday night from Bosse Field and USI Baseball on TV 52. 4th pitcher used tonight by head coach Woody Hunt of Cumberland, Tennessee. He wasn't kidding when he told me we're going to see a lot of his reserves tonight. This is Jeremy Shope. 4th pitcher used tonight by Cumberland, Tennessee, Warren.
Any numbers on him?
Shope has, ERA is not all that impressive. I'm looking at the innings pitched, only 4. 4 innings pitched, 6.75 ERA. In those 4 innings, he has given up 5 hits. 1 of those a home run. He has struck out 2, has walked 3. So limited action for Shope this year. Willie came in with absolutely no work at all. Shope just has 4 innings with him. He will face Kevin Irons, Jason Kroc, and Craig Carpenter, 3, 4, 5 for Southern Indiana. Here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, 7-0 the Eagles.
4th at bat for Irons. Flied out to first base, back in the first. Got a hit to left in the 3rd. And grounded out to second in the 4th.
Irons helping out the average, 357 this year. Trying to close in on 360 before it's said and done. The Eagles come in tonight 28-23. 1-0 here to Kevin into right field. Simeon takes a look, keeps looking, it's foul and out of play.
Bullpen catcher had a shot at that. It's tough to run back out there because it's nothing but a bunch of gravel.
That's why it's out of play.
Well, you know, the warning track, I think the footing on that's not too great either.
That's what you got all around the field, basically.
Well, the warning track out in the field of play, I don't think is gravel.
1-1 gets away. 2-1 here to Irons. I'd like to get Irons on because, as I told you, Jason Kroc is looking for RBI 200. He'll go along with his more than 200 hits. First player in USI Baseball history to accomplish that feat if it happens. So let's get Irons on here. 2-1 here to Kevin. Let's get Irons on here and get him down to second. So a double or a triple would be nice.
It's an interesting statistics to have as many RBIs as hits.
2-2. Missed on the outside down low, and 3-2 here to Kevin.
How many extra bases in his career? Do you have that
no
stat?
not in front of me. I'm going to work on that for the night's over.
Sure. Sure. To get 200 RBIs out of 200 hits, a lot of them got to be extra bases.
Pops them up. Keogh, 1 away. Invite you to join us tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. We're live with Sports Talk. Your chance to win tickets to the Cardinals and the Cubs next week. That's tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock.
I thought you were going to do that from Churchill Downs originally. Weren't you talking
Didn't
about
pan out.
Really?
You know how hard it is to get media credentials? Only a year in advance to Churchill Downs.
Could have done it across the street.
Yeah, we could have. Derby Day edition. So who do you like tomorrow, Warren?
I like that Nebraska horse.
Yeah, that's right. You like Dazzling Falls. Not
20
to
to 1.
Not going to do it. My first 5 years living here in Evansville, I always wanted to go to the Kentucky Derby, and growing up in Boston, it just didn't seem financially smart to make that trip from Boston to Kentucky. Into left field to Shedron, so Croc's on. Too bad there was nobody on base. Would have had that RBI. So the first 5 years here, anyway, I would miss the Derby because every time on Derby Day, USI would have a baseball game.
Have you been to the Derby?
Nope.
No, see, I have. There's something I've done that you haven't. I mean, that matters to you.
You're also
Didn't
like,
matter
what,
to me.
20, 25 years older than me, too.
I'm only 4 years older than you.
You are not 4 years older than me.
In mental status.
And there goes Jason, huh? Nice job by Croc to grab second. They may have got a piece of Jason along the way. Jason was 8 of 12 coming in, make that 9 of 13 for Croc.
Just another point in his stats for his career.
Craig Carpenter here with another down in scoring position, the would-be 8th. No, I've never been to the Derby. It seems like I've had a game every Derby day. I've had a game or something to do. Base hit into right field. Simeon charges. They are going to hold Croc at third. Good job, first and third for USI.
When you go, just make sure you have seats.
Yeah, I've been told that. I'm not going to go pay 20 or 30 bucks to go sit in the infield.
No, it's just wall-to-wall people.
Well, unlike most people who go there, I'm an actual fan of horse racing. I mean, I can go and not even bet.
I went, I was in the infield, and I could barely see the tops of the jockeys' heads.
I won't do that. I'm too much of a fan.
And what do they get, 10 bucks for a mint julep with a commemorative glass?
Yeah, something like that. First and third here for USI. Ryan Seidel. Just 1 away here in the Eagles' 6th inning. So tomorrow, the Derby Day edition of Sports Talk, and your chance to win Cubs and Cardinals tickets. That's tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, Sports Talk Live. Into center field. Nice hit ball. Carlson's going to back up. And it's going to tag and bring home Jason Croc. 8th in for the Eagles. Sacrifice fly awarded to Seidel. Had another to his name. Eagles up 8-0.
Ball well hit. But Carlson right there.
Here's Sam Marks. Jeremy Show, 4th pitcher used tonight by Cumberland. Came in with just 4 innings of work. Got irons to ground out. Single by Croc and Carpenter. Seidel goes outside. Down to Carlson to bring in Croc.
4th at bat for Marks. Flew out to left. Got a hit, infield hit. And another fly ball out to left field. So he's 1 for 3.
1-1 here to Sam Marks. Lamb Adler to go down the 9, a 4th time here for USI. Game number 52 of the year for Southern Indiana, 28-23 here in 95. One-two pitch. Nice hit ball again, but Shedron in left field backs up about 4 steps. And there go the Eagles in the bottom half of the 6th inning. So 6 complete at Bosse Field on a Friday night. Eagles all over Cumberland for the moment, 8-0. Top half of the 7th up next on TV 52. Familiar sight at Bosse Field. Going to go back a couple of years. That is Mike Fetcher on the hill. Going to close it out tonight for Southern Indiana. We saw Nemo do an excellent job here tonight. Fetcher in his, I would say, maybe final appearance at Bosse Field, maybe not. Maybe there's an Otters future for him as well. Numbers on Fetch coming in. His ERA is 2.76. Comes in 4-3, 58 2/3 innings pitched. In those 58 2/3, he has allowed 61 hits. He has walked 19. He has struck out 41. So Mike Fetcher finishing out here for Southern Indiana tonight. He inherits an 8-0 lead, and a great job by Todd Niemeyer here tonight.
Well, Fetcher will be back at Bosse Field watching his brother play for the Wrights Panthers.
Brothers.
There are 2 of them on the
Chad and Ryan, yeah. I thought you knew that. You brought that to my attention. Well, you told me that, like, hey, there's 2 Fetchers on the roster. I knew it, but you brought that up, I think, our first game.
Okay.
Of the year. Fetcher a little wild that time.
Tried to come with a changeup.
We're going to make a married man out of Mike pretty soon. His fiance Angie here watching the game, who went to Mater Dei. 1 ball and 1 strike in a shallow field. Strouser comes on. We have 1 away. Down goes Lowry. Here are some of the accomplishments of Mike Fetcher here at USI in the past 4 years. A 2-time All-American. That alone would be outstanding. 3-time All-GLVC selection. Mike Fetcher holds USI's career records for strikeouts, appearances, and saves. And Mike is going to get his degree in communications. The former right standout. I've known his parents, Steve and Brenda, for a long time.
May try to take your job away.
He might. Mike and I go way back.
None of one of those Wrights, Marys, Mater Dei type things. West Side is full of that. Maybe even if they marry within their own school, they're all related.
Are you eating again? You're on your 3rd bag of peanuts, Warren Disler.
This week. No,
tonight.
No.
Nachos, bratwurst.
No, not
Cracker Jack's ice cream, and your 3rd bag of peanuts tonight.
chili.
And chili.
Timeout called.
1-1 from Vetch. Lowry gone. This is John Keogh. You know what? These two kids could actually play on the same team. It's a stretch, but you never know. Otters, I think, are going to get some players locally, and I think Fetcher would have to be one you look at. If Fetcher doesn't go a little bit higher than that. Same job here with Keogh. I was told before the game that the Otters are seriously looking at John Keogh, and I think they may look at Fetcher as well.
Whoa.
Back him up.
It's out of there.
Engelbrecht back, so's Marks, up against the wall. Did he get it? Oh, yeah.
Whoa. That's the play of the season right there.
That's a new wall for Jay Engelbrecht. They didn't have that wall up here when Jay used to play here with Harrison. Didn't matter. Nice job by Jay. 2 away.
Boy, he snow-coned that one, too. I thought that ball was gone.
I think Keogh thought it was gone, and so did Fetcher. So 2 down. Simeon takes a look at ball 1. Top half of the 7th inning, Eagles up 8-0 on Cumberland, Tennessee. You're looking at Mike Fetcher back home at Bosse Field. Here by Fetch. Standout at rights. Standout years with McLareau and Evansville Funkhauser and American Legion Baseball. Standout here for Southern Indiana as well. I used to wear a Fetcher button when he pitched in the Legion ranks.
He had a PR team working for him?
They had buttons of all the players.
Oh.
Fetcher was my adopted favorite back about 4 years ago.
I thought it was some sort of a campaign.
2-2 from Fetch. Trying to sit him down in order. Thanks to Jay Engelbrecht back over in center field. Up against the wall. Nice 370 plus, huh? Right up against the wall.
You have a lot to thank the American Legion for. I played a year of Legion ball.
Now, who did you play for?
I played for a post up in Indianapolis that was nothing but doctors.
I think you're making this up.
No, it was in Broad Ripple. I'm trying to remember the name of the post. I'll come up with it in a second.
I think you're telling stories, Warren.
No, I'm not.
Here's the 2-2. This may stay in play. Carpenter going over, and he has it. Nice job by Craig. Fetch with a little help. Sits him down in order here in the top half of the 7th. Stretch half down to the bottom of the 7th we go. USI Baseball on a Friday night from Bosse Field on TV 52. Back at Bosse Field here on a Friday night. This will be the 5th pitcher used tonight by Coach Hunt, Cumberland University. We're looking at Brian Mervine. 10 2/3 innings pitched this year for Mervine. He's faced 42 batters. And they now tell me that is Weiler. You know what? And this is why I messed this up earlier.
We had Mervine.
We have 2 34s on the roster.
One was the DH, one is pitching. Or are they just switching uniforms?
I don't know.
We also have a new catcher.
Is your sheet about as messy as mine? Slaughter's behind the plate.
Who's on first?
Getting that way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here's Montgomery, first pinch hitter used from Gady here tonight. I think we'll see some of the bench now here at Bosse Field.
I was saying that I had a lot to thank the American Legion for. My mother worked for the American Legion National Headquarters and retired from there. And she was in the same division that American League Baseball was in. And anywhere you go in the country, I could make one phone call and have front row seats behind the home team dugout. That's how we used to go to the games in Boston.
You're probably the guy that took my seats when the game was sold out.
And you probably never got close to right behind the Red Sox dugout.
Oh, yeah. Montgomery takes it down to Sotero, and that is in time. Not by much, but in time. This is Jason Weiler, the 5th pitcher used tonight by Coach Hunt. Weiler we saw in the DH role earlier, and I don't see any numbers on him. Yeah, I do. He's pitched in 3 innings this year. He's faced 24 batters in 3 innings. He's given up 9 hits, 2 of those homers. Squawked 1, has not struck out anybody yet. This kid is not the ace of the staff, so to speak. Here's Darrell Adler. It was Montgomery for Lamb to begin it here in the stretch half of the 7th inning.
Well, give these kids a couple more years, because what, they're sophomores primarily? Is that what we're seeing?
Yeah. I've seen some seniors. He's not seen a lot of playing time, but this Lebanon-based team over the years. Base hit into right field. Simeon charges. Adler is 2 for 4 tonight. Nice job, Darrell. Struck out twice, but 2 singles tonight. He scored the last time he singled back in the 3rd. So a 1-out single here for Darrell. Here's Barry Strouser. Struck out in the 1st, walked and scored in the 3rd, singled and scored in the 4th. Dropped out to the second baseman in the 5th. Yep, we begin our way down the 9, a 5th time tonight for Southern Indiana. They've out-hit Cumberland 11-1, and they're up 8-0.
Back at the top of the order, may have some Eagles on the bags when Jason Kroc gets up again.
Yep, Kroc's coming up. He bats cleanup, and this is the leadoff Strouser. One and 1 here to Barry. 1 and 2. I don't think Adler will go. out by about 4. Count even now, 2-2.
Catcher's not known for their base stealing ability.
Right back to Weiler.
Doubled him up.
Can't really fault Adler on that one. I would have went too. We have played 7 complete. Eagles take it 8-0 into the 8th. USI in Cumberland on this Friday night from Bosse Field as our USI baseball continues on TV 52. Chad Montgomery will stay in the game and play second base for Corey Lamb. We're in the top half of the 8th inning. Thank you for staying up tonight with USI Baseball. On a Friday night, Eagles up on Cumberland 8-0. Final home appearance for Southern Indiana Baseball. Mike Fetcher begins work in his second inning. Sat him down in order with a little bit of help from Engelbrecht and Carpenter. Carpenter got the one and foul to end the side, and Engelbrecht up against the wall to get a hard-hitting John Keogh back in the 7th. He'll face Shedron, Weiler, and Hargis scheduled up here in the top half of the 8th inning.
Been a great team effort for the Eagles tonight. A lot of really great standout defensive play. Engelbrecht's catch out left center, leading the way. Solid play by the infield. No errors on the board.
3 for Cumberland, but none for USI. 1-1 here from Fetch. Chad Montgomery, first call for Chad, 1 away. Well, I guess Weiler's scheduled up here, but we'll see what happens. My score sheet's starting to look like, as you said earlier, that of Little League. Little League opens tomorrow, by the way, you know. It's opening day for Little League tomorrow around the city.
My son's been playing for several weeks.
The Little League we used to televise opens up tomorrow.
Oh, it's not Pony?
No, Little League.
Oh, okay.
Pitching for Cumberland, number 16.
I've never been able to quite figure that out. You've got Pony, you've got Babe Ruth, you've got Dixie down in the south. You have these, what is it, NAB, whatever. Is Little League affiliated with any of those? Or is Little League just...
Little League's before that, Warren.
No, it goes all the way up to 11 and 12. Little League. I played in Little League. It goes out to Pennsylvania for the World Series.
I think Little League's younger, though. You got younger kids playing in Little League. This is Jason Alexander, pinch hitting for Weiler. Into center field, Jay Engelbrecht.
I think Little League goes all the way up to age 11 and 12.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Now, if Jim Miller were around, we could have him come up and tell us, because I think he was intimately involved with pony baseball here. 2 away, and Hargis scheduled up here. This is Hargis. Pony has a pretty good stronghold here at Evansville.
This is Slaughter. Slaughter for Hargis.
They've got Plaza, and Harwood, and Highland, and McCutcheonville, and Scott. West Terrace, I believe.
Slow roller. Fetcher will have to cover over at first. Fetch tags the bag. We sit him down in order. To the bottom half of the 8th inning, we go 8-0 USI. You're watching USI Baseball on TV 52.
Now pitching. For Cumberland, number 32, Aaron Pryor. Pryor now catching. Hitting for USI, number 7, Andy Hoffman.
Welcome back to USI Baseball here on Friday night from Bosse Field. Did you think there was going to be another pitcher used by Cumberland tonight? You thought right. Eric Bullington will be the 6th pitcher used tonight by Cumberland. They're just testing the waters with these kids. And the game doesn't really mean a lot to Cumberland.
Pryor comes in to catch. That'll be the 3rd catcher for Cumberland tonight. I think Bullington is listed as an infielder.
Yeah, he is. But why not? We've seen pitchers tonight who have only thrown an inning or two or nothing at all.
Whoa.
Andy Hoffman. Another one out of Mater Dei. Pinch hitting here for Engelbrecht. Irons up next. Ground out to the first baseman, Lowry. And we have one away.
And we'll see another pinch hitter.
Out of Harrison, Toby Wolf. Toby really hit the ball here well in high school. Going back a couple of years ago, Toby loves to hit in this ballpark. Had some great numbers here. Toby 275 at bat number 41 for him. One down here in the top half of the 8th inning. Betcher will close out his USI career here in the top half of the 9th. That'll be it tonight. The Eagles up 8-0. Jason Kroc is on deck, so we need Toby to get on. We need Jason to pick up another RBI. Well, there's still a chance that USI will play Missouri St. Louis. Umsel, as I've called it. The Rivermen over there. 3-1.
I think Cumberland figured out that USI players, they get a second look at a pitcher, hammer him, so they've just decided to bring a new one in every inning.
Toby gets on. Bullington, yeah, the 6-1 used by Hunt tonight. So Toby gets on.
Kind of tough to pick up an RBI with Wolf on first. Take a triple.
Not a bad way for Kroc to go out. Double, single, he scored. He walked, struck out back in the 2nd. Carpenter on deck, one away here in the Eagles' 8th. Here on the inside, missed 1-1. Want to wish the best of luck to St. Joe, representing the GLVC, as they go into postseason play here in, I guess, about a week and a half's time. A couple of weeks. Hopefully Ashland will get in there well, too. And, of course, the ladies here at USI will try to do USI another first, huh? Not only doing the first ever national championship at USI this past winter. How about 2 national champions? Want to wish the very best of luck to Tom Rupert and the ladies.
Where are they off to?
Talking to Ray Simmons earlier, we believe Pennsylvania. USI did not put in a bid to host the softball regional. Latest poll has the USI softball team at number 20. 2-2 here to Kroc. It's been a banner year already, though, hasn't it?
Sure has.
Ladies in basketball make the tournament. We win the national championship in basketball. Ladies softball goes to the postseason tournament. Soccer goes D2 now. Tony certainly has a team that could win the national championship. You got to figure they're going to hit the top 20. They've got a tough schedule, though, for D2. They've got to play defending champion Tampa. They've got to go over and play Oakland. Wisconsin Parkside's been a D2 soccer power forever. So back to D2 for soccer, but it's a tough year ahead. Struck out Jason. So Jason down a second time tonight on the K. We have 2 away here in the 8th. Don't tell me we're going to see another one. Come on, coach. I guess we're going to have a pitching change. He's signaling for Warren Disler. He's pointing up here to you, Warren.
I'm ready. Just give me 5 warm-up pitches.
What could they be talking about?
This is a Judge Ito sidebar.
We'd have to have the sound turned off, though.
the Dancinitos.
We're going to see another pitcher, aren't we?
Yep.
We'll take a timeout and tell you all about him. It'll be the 7th one used tonight by Cumberland. You're watching USI Baseball Friday night on TV 52. Welcome back to Bosse Field here on a Friday late night. A little bit later, Jody Autry is the 7th pitcher used tonight by Cumberland. I guess 25 or 26 made the trip up here and all have seen the action. Autry comes in. Where's that pitching form? With no work. So this is the first appearance by Autry this year. Eagles up 8-0. I guess he wants to see what he has down the road, huh?
May not have to recruit any pitchers if he gives everybody a shot that's on the team. Maybe a backup catcher could be discovered tonight as their next rotation starter.
So here's Carpenter with 2 down. I'm worried if Carpenter gets on, we're going to see another pitcher.
Well, they brought the left-hander in to face the right-handed hitting Carpenter.
In such a nip-and-tuck game. Eagles up 8-0. The last chance for Cumberland coming up in the ninth. That one's out of play.
Looking at your little field chart there.
It's a mess, isn't it?
Yeah. Looks like my ink blot calendar at my desk at work. That's been there for almost a year.
This is Autry. Let's see where he is out of. Pine Hill, Alabama. Three and 1 to Craig Carpenter. 3 and 2. I guess this would be Autry's first strikeout of the year since he's facing his first batter. 7 pitchers tonight used by Woody Hunt. The 3-2 pitch. We'll do it again. USI will finish up 29 and 23. 36 and 19 a season ago.
The Eagles have 7 pitchers on their roster?
Oh, sure they do. Stock, Fetcher, Niemeyer, Shoebridge, Evans, Allison, Wagner, Baker, and Durham. This should do it. Carlson in center field. We go to the 9th. The Eagles up 8-0. Last call for USI Baseball. To the 9th we go next on 52. For the last chance tonight for Cumberland, Tennessee. Although they will drop their 17th of the year, they're down 8-0 to Southern Indiana. Chad Elstock goes into center field for Jay Engelbrecht. Only defensive change here for Southern Indiana. Mike Fetcher will try to close it out. And maybe in his final appearance at Bosse Field.
And he'll pick up another save on his career stats.
Leading off the 9th inning for Cumberland, second baseman.
Here's Pete Sotero.
Struck out 2 times in the game so far.
Yeah, he has not been impressive.
I wonder how many pitchers Cumberland kept up in Lebanon.
A lot of their good ones, I guess. Because the ones we've seen here tonight have either seen very limited action or nothing at all on the hill. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Sotero. Again, we invite you to join us in the morning. 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, the Derby Day edition of Sports Talk. So, Warren, you think Dazzling Falls is going to win the Derby, huh?
That's my pick. Well, you realize now Audrey and Bullington have 0 ERAs.
Yeah. Couple there, though, huh? 2 and 2.
I know if I go to the track, I only bet on those 20-to-1 shots or better. Go out to Ellis, I like those 90-to-1 shot horses.
You got a better chance at Ellis. They don't quite run true to form there.
Especially the maiden race.
Most of the races at Ellis are maidens.
It's hard to pick them.
2-2. Got him. Way to go, Fetch. We have one away. That'll bring up Scott Hunt.
Next up, the Bulldogs, the third baseman.
And Hunt is 0 for tonight. There's just one hit on the board tonight for Cumberland. A combined one-hitter tonight. The only one to do that was John Keogh. Third batter faced by Niemeyer tonight. A double, and that's been it. Eagles out hit Cumberland tonight 11-1. And winning 8-0, and Cumberland down to their final 2 outs. They will play Lambeth tomorrow for the Tennessee Collegiate Conference Championship. One reason we do not see a lot of starters tonight for Cumberland. And we saw a lot of pitchers. Cumberland heads to the NAIA World Series in a couple of weeks. 2-1. One to miss a little bit high.
Well, he's given everybody an opportunity to pitch, but hasn't used too many pitch hitters.
Three and 2. Mike Gady will be 65-42 in 2 seasons here at USI. It'll end that way unless they play Missouri St. Louis. 3-2, got him. Be nice for Mike to go out striking out the side.
Sure would.
You'll have a chance right here. Yeah, Craig Campbell, a freshman out of Hookstown, Pennsylvania. Former player over at Clarion.
They come from all over Cumberland.
And Clarion rings a bell because that's where Kwame Morton played last year. He was the leading Division II basketball scorer a season ago. See if Mike can strike out the side. That'll be a nice ending to this kid's career at USI.
Off speed on that one.
Campbell's only had 3 at-bats this year. So I say pitch to him, Mike. Here's the 1-1, 1-2. Go get him, Mike.
It was almost like going up against a JV team here, isn't it?
Eagles look for win number 29 on the year, and Fetch looks to strike out the side. He did it, and he got him looking. Nemo and Fetch combine on a one-hitter. There's a nice little scene for you as 2 seniors embrace in their last home game. Adler and Fetcher. Eagles win it 8-0, Warren.
That was a one-hitter combined with Niemeyer and Fetcher. 1 hit, 3 errors, no runs for Cumberland. While the USI wins it with 8 runs, 11 hits, and no errors.
Not a better way to exit your senior year as 6 do so on this night. Eagles 8-0 over Cumberland, Tennessee, and we'll be back to wrap it up from Bosse Field after this timeout. Wrapping up USI Baseball here at Bosse Field, the Eagles go out on an up note and 6 happy seniors. Let's begin with the pitcher who began the night, and Todd Niemeyer had a one-hitter going and finished with a one-hitter. Friend here helps you out, and you guys just had a great career and a great way to go out tonight.
Yeah, Fetch has always been there. He saved a number of games for me throughout my career, and it's just a great way to end it.
Jason Kroc from Central High School also finished just 1 RBI short of going 200 hits, 200 RBIs, but what a great career for Jason Kroc in USI Baseball.
Yeah, I think the senior group had a great career for him, so I'm very proud of all of us.
Mike Fetch, who's been on here probably more than any other local athlete since we signed on the air. He strikes out the side to end his college career, and Mike, that's a good way to go out.
I talked to Daryl before the inning, and he just said, let's try to end this on a strikeout. You know, that's how I started my career, and that's how I wanted to end it.
Daryl Adler, of course, out of Monterey High School, and has been here quite some time, and not a bad way to go out. You had a couple of hits tonight, and 2 for 4 for Daryl Adler going out in a college career.
Yeah, it was nice. It's a good way to end it with these other 5 guys. I mean, 6 of us, we've been here forever, and it's just a good way to go out.
One thing I'm going to miss is Ray Simmons going, now batting, Barry Strouser, because no one quite did it the way Ray Simmons did it. Barry, congratulations on a great season here, and I think you guys have certainly accomplished some things here.
Yeah, it's been a great experience, you know, playing 4 years with a great group of guys, and you know, unfortunately we didn't make all the goals that we wanted to, but you know, this is a good way to end it right here.
Jasper High School and what we've seen competing against Evansville and now for Evansville and USI and Ryan Seidel, and what a way to go out with a victory 8-0. Not the tournament this year, but you guys have had a lot of great years here and certainly have accomplished that goal before.
Yeah, it's definitely a good note to go out on this victory, and I'm satisfied with our season, and
We'll end it on that.
happy.
Not a bad way to end for USI Baseball as they go out 8-0. Guys, best of luck in the future and future baseball endeavors.
All-time winner.
They're the seniors, all-time winners. Yeah, that's these guys. We'll wrap it up at Bosse Field when we come back for one last word.
Good night.
Well, 6 seniors exit USI. I think they're going to have a good time tonight, and as well as USI Baseball has done past years. They didn't make the tournament this year, but 29 wins in a season is not too bad. Playing in the GLVC and some tough outside the conference competition this year, including a couple of D1s who USI also beat this year.
Yeah, not a bad outing tonight either for ending their career as seniors. As broadcasters will never be seniors, you realize that?
Yeah, never. Never again, anyway.
No.
That's going to wrap up our coverage of USI Baseball here in 1995. And I said before, for all the seniors, best of luck for them and in their baseball endeavors. Maybe we'll see some of them back here at Bosse Field as the honors open up on June 15th. Who knows? I'll talk to you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock on Sports Talk Live. And back out here at Bosse Field 4 times next week for high school baseball beginning on Monday night when Mater Dei takes on North. For Warren Dissler, I'm Darren Smith from Bosse Field. Good night. This has been a presentation of TV 52 Sports, recognized around the tri-state as the leader in local sports programming.